There, look at the ground around you. And what are you standing on there?
It's a meadow of flowers.
It's a meadow of flowers. A meadow of flowers. How wonderful. And I want you now to connect with your body and tell me, do you feel that you're male or female?
Female.
You're female. And how old do you feel that you are? Just see a number come to mind.
20.
You're 20 years old. So you say that you're walking barefoot in this meadow. What do people call you in that life? What's your name? Mary. Good morning, Mary. Thank you for coming forward and working with me today. Mary, I want you to take a look around your landscape, and as you look from the left to the right, tell me, is it day or night where you are?
It's day.
It's daytime. And what are you doing, Mary, in that meadow? See the scene unfolding before you now.
Towards the mountains.
You're walking to the mountains. Are you alone there walking to the mountains?
Someone with me.
Well, I want you to connect with that thought and tell me, who is it that's with you there? Is it male or female? It's male. How old is this man? Older. I want you to connect with this male and describe this man to me.
He's got fur on his hat.
He's got a furry hat.
He's got a gun.
A gun. What colour is his hair?
It's auburn.
Auburn. And do you know the name of this man that's walking through this meadow with you?
Jack.
Jack. So as I place my hand on you now, I want you to know that Jack has had many lives with you and many journeys, and he's come today to show you that there is peace and love there. So I'm just going to take away that pain, and I want you now just to step into his love. Step into his love and show him how much love is around you. That's right, just feel that love and allow him to take away those tears from you. Allow him to absorb all that negative energy that's coming from you now. He's come to take that away from you so that you can carry on your journey. And tell me, was Jack your granddad in that life? Or was he somebody else?
Jack is my granddad.
Jack is your granddad. So I want you to follow that scene now. See yourself walking on that meadow up to the mountains. And what's the purpose of you going with Jack up into the mountains? He wants to show you something. So follow that scene and see yourself drifting and floating forward to that scene. Be there now. What is he showing you? Describe it to me.
Looking down.
And what's the purpose for him taking you up to the top of this mountain?
See the land.
To see the land. So what message is he giving you about it?
That it's clear.
It's clear.
There's water.
There's clear, there's water. It's beautiful. Tell me, is this a metaphor that is using to actually explain to you what you are? Clear and beautiful. Is that what he's saying to you? I'm going to take away that from you. Is he trying to express that to you?
Wants me to look.
He wants you to look. Ask him, tell him, where is it in particular that he needs you to look? What message does he give you? You can have life. Tell me more.
The water flows like life.
That water flows like life. Very good metaphor. And as you're there on the top of this mountain looking at this wonderful landscape, I want you to tell me, what country are you in? Just your first impression.
Austria or Switzerland.
Austria or Switzerland. And in a moment I'm going to tap you on the forehead, and when I tap you on the forehead you're going to see some numbers come to mind, and that'll be the year that you live there. So when you're ready, 3, 2 and 1. What year is it there, please? 12 something. Very good. So now that I've got that scene, I'd like you to close that scene, Mary, but I want you to stay in the same lifetime with Jack, and I want us to go forward to another important, significant time when something is happening. So when you're ready, just close that scene, just like you're flicking the switch of a remote control. Very good. And just feel yourself now drifting and floating forward, just as if you see a silver timeline thread in front of you, drifting, floating through time and space, floating forward to the next significant time. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1 you're going to be there. So when you're ready, 3, nearly there now, 2, bringing that next scene forward, and 1, be there now. So tell me, how old do you feel now, Mary? You're 12 years old. I want you to connect with your body and tell me, are you male or female? What's your energy feeling? You're female. So this is a new life. So I want you to look around and tell me, is it day or night where you are?
It's night.
It's night time. What's your name? What do people call you in that life? Sophie? Hello, Sophie. Thank you for coming forward and working. Sophie, I want you to look around in your landscape there, and you tell me that it's night time and you're only 12 years old. Describe your landscape to me.
It's inside a cave.
You're inside a cave? Are you alone inside this cave? Yeah? So why are you alone, Sophie, in this cave on your own? Where is everybody else?
I'm hiding.
You're hiding. So what I want to do now is I'm going to place my hand on your leg, and as I place my hand on your leg, I'm giving you an aura of protection all around you, so nothing can penetrate you now, and you can super observe from a distance what you're seeing. So I want you to go backwards in time, just a little bit, to go back to the time before you were just hiding, and tell me, what are you hiding from there, Sophie?
Fighting.
You were fighting?
Fighting.
Who's fighting?
The village.
The village are fighting? Are they fighting each other? So what is happening? Just be an observer of the scene, detached, and describe to me what's going on.
Village is attacked.
The village has been attacked. It's on fire. And whereabouts is this village? Just the first country that springs to mind. What's your first impression? It's in England. What year is it there? Just see those numbers come. 10. So I want you to see this scene unfolding before you now. How are you feeling in that cave? Are you on your own? Yeah? So connect with your feelings and tell me, how are you feeling there in the cave? You're feeling what? Afraid. But at least you are safe. And I want you to allow that scene to unfold and tell me, do you survive that scene?
Made fire.
You made a fire? Take a look around and tell me, are there any others that have come to hide in the cave with you? No. See that scene unfold and tell me, do the attackers eventually leave the village? They destroyed your village. I want you to go out of that cave now, and I want you to go back to your village and describe to me, is there anybody there that you know? A boy. How old is this boy, roughly? Is he 2? Is he 10? 8 or 6. And as you look at this boy, I want you to describe him to me. What colour hair does he have? Dark hair. And look into his eyes there. What colour are his eyes? Blue. And do you know this boy as a member of the village, or is he a relative to you? He's your friend. Well, as you've now found this lost friend, I want you to look into the eyes, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. And I want you to deeply connect with those eyes and go even deeper and deeper so that you can telepathically communicate with him. And tell me, is that boy in your life today? Does he remind you of anybody? He's by your side. So tell me, Sophie, what happens to you in this boy now? See the scene unfolding and tell me what happens next. You set about making shelter. Are you the only 2 survivors of that village? Okay. So what I want to do now is I'm going to ask you to close that scene in a moment, and I want you to travel to the last day of that life where you'll be just an observer looking down at the scene, totally detached from any pain, fear or emotion. So when you're ready, just close that scene now and feel yourself detaching from that scene, and make an intention to go to the last day of that life journey, drifting and floating now towards the end of that life. 3, 2 and 1, as an observer of the scene. How old are you now, Sophie? You're old. So you survived the attack on the village. Are you alone, Sophie, or do you sense that there's somebody around you? There's someone there. Now that you can telepathically communicate with people, and you can even have your eyes closed, you're just going to have a sense and a knowing. Who is there? The boy. So now we've come to the end of that life. I want you to take a nice deep breath now, Sophie. Take a deep breath out that body and lift yourself out of that body so we can evaluate that life. So that you can see yourself about 6 foot above the body, and tell me, what was the purpose of you having that life there? What did you learn? To survive. Is that a metaphor for today, that my client can survive? Yeah. So it's normal at this time that someone or something comes to collect you, to take you back home, and this could be to your spirit group or anywhere that you want to travel. So as I continue to talk to you, I want you to imagine that something or something getting closer and closer to you now, and feel that presence coming forward. And the more I talk, the closer and closer it comes before you now. What do you see? A woman? Describe this woman to me.
Dark braided hair.
Dark braided hair. And what is she wearing? Leather tassels.
No sleeves.
No sleeves. And I'd like you now to step forward to this woman. And do you know this woman from before? Totally detached. Just allow her to take away that sadness that you've been carrying now. That's what she's here for. She's come to take that load from you that you don't deserve. Who is that that's come to collect you? Your mama? Your mum? And I want you to see the essence and the vibrance of your mum. Know that she has always loved you. Know that she's always there. And she always survives her journeys. I want you to telepathically communicate now with your mother and ask her, what message is it that she's giving you today? What message does she need you to hear?
Be strong.
Be strong. Do I have permission to speak with your mother today? Yes. So I'm going to tap you on the forehead at the moment, and when I tap you on the forehead, I want to speak to your mother. 3, 2 and 1. Mother, you've come forward today to give her that message, to be strong. How do you feel that she's doing today?
She's tripping.
She's tripping. Does she need to be tripping? Pardon?
Made it better than that.
You're made of better than that. Very good. So are you here to give her the message now, to close the door on all that negative thinking and to start living life? Yes? Very good. So Mother, what I want you to do now is I want you to step back, 3, 2, 1, and let's go forward now. Mother, what I want you to do is I want you to take my client to the place where she needs to be next, either a soul group or any place where she needs to be. Just to take her soul now, feel yourself drifting, floating up, 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 into the air, through the universe, to the very place where she needs to be. See your mother guiding you there. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1, I want you to be at that place. So when you're ready, 3, just allowing to drift through time and space, 2, and 1.